Bonjour and welcome viewers and students to Let's Speak French, Parlons Français. These lessons on basic French are short and easy. And if you follow the program regularly, I can assure you that very soon you will be able to understand French quite easily. In today's session, we will begin the 8th chapter. The first lesson of this chapter is about placing and taking down orders at a restaurant. The lesson has been divided into 3 sections. In the first section, I will present a text that takes place at a restaurant. In the second section, we will examine the phrases and structures frequently used in such a context. I will also touch upon a few grammatical points such as the partitive articles, expressions of quantity and prepositions. And in the third section, I'll provide an exercise to revise what we learned in today's session. We'll begin the lesson with a French text. This text takes place at a restaurant. Au restaurant. Serveur. Bonjour mesdames, une table pour 2? Client 1. Non, nous sommes 4 personnes. Mon mari et ma fille vont nous joindre tout à l'heure. Vous avez un espace non fumeur? Serveur. Bien sûr. Vous préférez une table près de la fenêtre ou en face de l'estrade? Client 2. En face de l'estrade, s'il vous plaît. C'est toujours un plaisir de regarder les musiciens jouer. Serveur. Très bien. Voulez-vous quelque chose en attendant? Client 1. Oui, 2 verres d'eau minérale, s'il vous plaît. Serveur. Plate ou gazeuse? Client 2. Plate. Serveur. Très bien. Ah, bonjour monsieur. Bonjour mademoiselle. Veuillez vous installer s'il vous plaît. Voici le menu. Serveur. Vous avez choisi? Client 3. Oui. Serveur. Très bien, je vous écoute. Client 3. Comme entrée, une soupe au potiron, une salade de tomates et une terrine de volaille. Serveur. Mademoiselle, vous ne prenez pas une entrée? Client 4. Non, je prends directement le plat principal. Serveur. D'accord, mademoiselle. Et comme plat principal? Client 4. Un plat de pâtes à la bolognaise. Client 1. Pour moi, un plat de poivrons farcis au thon. Client 3. Qu'est-ce que vous avez comme plat du jour? Serveur. Ossobuco. Client 3. Qu'est-ce que c'est un ossobuco? Serveur. C'est du veau cuit avec des tomates et des herbes aromatiques. C'est très bon, je vous le recommande. Client 3. Parfait, je choisis le plat du jour alors. Serveur. Vous préférez du riz ou des légumes avec le poisson? Client 1. Du riz. Client 4. Et moi, je voudrais un beefsteak avec des haricots verts. Serveur. À quelle cuisson? Client 4. Saignante. Serveur. Et que désirez-vous boire? Client 1. Qu'est-ce que vous nous conseillez? Serveur. Alors, pour le poisson et le poivron farci, un vin blanc et sec. Riesling par exemple. Client 2. Alors, on prend une bouteille de Riesling. Serveur. Très bien. Et vous, monsieur? Client 4. Quel vin rouge accompagne à meilleur le beefsteak? Serveur. Ce plat se marie bien avec le pinot noir qui est à la fois fruité et tannique. Client 4. Très bien. Je prends une demi-bouteille de pinot noir et un coca pour ma fille. Serveur. Et vous avez choisi le dessert? Client 1. 2 mousses au chocolat, une tarte aux pommes et un fondant à l'orange. Serveur, merci, c'est noté. So this was a short French text that consists of many phrases and structures frequently used in the restaurant. In the next section, we will examine these phrases and structures in detail. In this section, I will explain to you a few frequently used phrases that are associated with eating at a restaurant. I will also point out some facts that are associated with French cuisine. Let's begin with the three courses known as les parties du repas or les plats de repas that comprise a typical French meal. L'entrée, which means starter or first course, generally consists of two dishes: raw vegetables known as crudité or cooked meat called charcuterie. Sometimes a fruit such as a melon, a grapefruit, or an avocado may also be served as starter. Soups are generally served as the first course during dinner. For the main course, le plat principal, meat, fish and eggs are served either with rice, vegetables or pasta. Et moi je voudrais un beefsteak avec des haricots verts. And I would like a beefsteak with French beans. Cheese or a dairy product is sometimes taken between the main course and the dessert. A hot drink such as coffee or tea is taken after the dessert. Wine goes hand in hand with French cuisine. Most dishes can be accompanied with wine. The wine is known to bring out the flavor and enhance the taste of the meal. There are three types of wine: vin rouge, red wine, vin blanc, white wine, and rosé. Plat du jour is a French phrase that has been borrowed by the English language. This term literally means dish of the day and means a special item or dish featured in the menu of a restaurant for that particular day. Many small eateries, brasseries and bistros offer a particular plat du jour for each day of the week along with a few staple side dishes. Now let me show you what are a few common phrases a waiter, that is a server, or a waitress, servers, would use. Let's begin with the phrases associated with taking down orders, which translates as prendre une commande. Voulez-vous quelque chose en attendant? Would you like something while waiting? Vous avez choisi? Have you selected your dishes? Qu'est-ce que vous prenez comme entrée? What would you like as a starter? Comme plat principal? For the main course? Que désirez-vous boire? What would you like to drink? Vous préférez du riz ou des légumes avec le poisson? Would you prefer rice or vegetables with the fish? In French, the waiter always addresses the customers as vous. The French terms monsieur, sir, and madame, madam, can also be used in the plural form, messieurs and mesdames. Mademoiselle or mesdemoiselles are terms used to address young unmarried women. There are many different varieties of drinking water available, but the two most common types of water offered in restaurants are eau gazeuse, carbonated or sparkling water, and eau plate, regular water. Deux verres d'eau minérale s'il vous plaît. 2 glasses of mineral water please. Plate ou gazeuse, regular water or carbonated water. Mineral water is used for making carbonated water and the waiter wishes to know which one the customer prefers. regular mineral water or carbonated mineral water. With smoking being banned in public spaces, many restaurants offer un espace fumeur smoking area and an espace non fumeur non-smoking area. So if the client doesn't specify his choice, the waiter asks the customer his preference. Vous avez un espace non fumeur? Do you have a non-smoking area? Bien sûr, of course. Garçon is a French term used for addressing a waiter's assistant whose work consists of clearing away the table and serving the customers. Upon entering a restaurant, the first question any customer would be asked is, Une table pour combien de personnes? A table for how many people? In the text, the waiter sees two women entering the restaurant and assumes that they would want a table for two. Like in English, the word person is not always required since the meaning is obvious by the context. A waiter needs to be knowledgeable about the different dishes and their ingredients. When a client orders a dish that can have different degrees or methods of cooking, the waiter must make sure he gives the client exactly what he desires. The level of doneness determines the flavor, texture, temperature and color of the food. This concept of asking the client about the doneness is prevalent in many cultures. In the text, we have one instance of this. When the client orders a beef steak, the waiter asks him to which degree he prefers the steak to be cooked. Je voudrais un beefsteak. I would like a beefsteak. À quelle cuisson? To which degree of doneness? Saignante. Rare. The 4 degrees of doneness of steak are blue, rare, medium and well done. While the waiter needs to be knowledgeable about the dishes offered, most waiters are not experts in wine. So many fine restaurants in France have a wine expert known as a sommelier, translated as a sommelier or a sommelière, who helps the customers pair their meal with the different types of wine available at the restaurant. Many of the French dishes need to be accompanied with wine since the key ingredients in the meal are often enhanced by a particular wine. As a general rule, red meat goes well with red wine, while fish and poultry do better with white wine. Alors pour le poisson et le poivron farci, un vin blanc et sec. Le Riesling par exemple. So for the fish and the stuffed capsicum, a dry white wine. Riesling for example. But since there are a great number of wines, each with a specific note and flavor, it is impossible for non-experts to know which wine accompanies a particular preparation of a dish. In French, the verb se marier, to marry, is used to pair food and wine. Ce plat se marie bien avec le pinot noir, qui est à la fois fruité et tannique. This dish goes well with pinot noir, which is fruity and tannic. Now let me show you how customers place an order in French. To place an order translates as commander. This verb is however not used while placing an order. The verbs that are generally used are prendre, to take, choisir, to choose, and vouloir, to want. Je prends directement le plat principal. I'll go directly for the main course. Je choisis le plat du jour alors. Then I'll choose the plat du jour. Et moi, je voudrais un beefsteak. And I would like a beefsteak. The waiter too uses these verbs while taking down the orders. Sometimes, when the context is evident, one simply names the dish. Un plat de pâtes à la bolognaise. A plate of pasta bolognese. Pour moi, un plat de poivron farci. For me, a plate of stuffed capsicum. Un coca pour ma fille. A coke for my daughter. There are two ways of placing an order. One, where you order all 3 courses in one go, and the other by ordering one course at a time. Once a course is over, the waiter will bring back the menu and the customers decide what to choose next. In the text, the customers order everything at the beginning. When this is the case, the customer may choose to list out the different dishes for each course. Comme entrée, une soupe au potiron. For starter, a pumpkin soup. The next 3 features that I will show you regarding food and restaurant are grammatical by nature. We have already studied partitive articles, adverbs or expressions of quantity and prepositions. We will again take up these elements here. Partitive articles are always associated with food that can't be counted. In the text, we have an instance of this. Rice can be measured but not counted. The waiter asks the client what she prefers with fish, rice or vegetable. Vous préférez du riz ou des légumes avec le poisson? The client replies, du riz. In English, the answer would simply include the preference, which is rice. But in French, since every noun must be preceded by an article, the partitive article must be used. Since riz is masculine, du is used. Now let's see how expressions of quantity are used in the text. The clients, while placing an order, specify the amount of food. In case they don't indicate this, the waiter makes sure to ask for it. 2 verres d'eau minérale s'il vous plaît. 2 glasses of mineral water please. On prend une bouteille de Riesling. We'll go for 1 bottle of Riesling. Je prends une demi-bouteille de Pinot Noir. I'll take 1 small bottle of Pinot Noir. Many French dishes have compound names or hyphenated names. What I mean is that these nouns are composed of 2 words which are either connected by a hyphen or a preposition. The article that precedes the second element in the hyphenated name will contract when it is masculine. If the term is feminine, the article doesn't contract. But if the noun begins with a vowel or an H, the phenomenon of elision must take place. Pumpkin soup, soupe au potiron, le potiron. Tomato salad, salade de tomate, des tomates. Mint tea, thé à la menthe, la menthe. Lamb tagine, tagine d'agneau. Orange flavored cake, fondant à l'orange. Apple tart, tarte aux pommes, les pommes. In French, there are 2 prepositions that are used in the names of the dish, a and the. Generally, the is used when the following noun is the main ingredient of the dish. The noun that follows the preposition a is a secondary ingredient, a garnish or a flavor. For example, terrine de volaille, chicken terrine. Terrine is a kind of spread made from meat. In the text, the terrine is made from poultry meat, hence volaille is the main ingredient. Un plat de poivron farci au thon, a dish of stuffed capsicum with fish filling. The capsicum is the main ingredient and the secondary ingredient is the fish filling. De mousse au chocolat, chocolate mousse. Here, mousse, which is a sweetened dessert with whipped cream, is the main ingredient. Chocolate is the flavor added to the mousse, hence au chocolat. Pain à l'ail, garlic bread. Here, à l'ail is a garnish which is added to the main ingredient, which is bread. Hence, à l'ail. The preposition à is also used to indicate a method of preparation or the particular culinary style of a chef. Un plat de pâtes à la bolognaise, bolognaise pasta. Here the pasta, which is the main ingredient, is prepared with the bolognese sauce which originated in Bologna, Italy. Hence, à la bolognaise refers to a method of preparation. Tournedos à la gouffée. Tournedos are small, round and thick fillets of beef. Jules Gouffet, who was a renowned chef and pâtissier whose legacy still lives on, invented a special way of cooking tournedos. This dish became very famous and sought after. So any dish, be it meat or pastry, that is prepared in the style by him is named à la Gouffet. And finally, let me show you how customers request for advice or ask information regarding a particular dish and how the waiter offers an explanation or advice. Conseiller, to advise, and recommander, to recommend, are two verbs that can be used to ask someone for advice. In the first example, the customer is open to all suggestions. Qu'est-ce que vous nous conseillez? What would you recommend? In the second example, the customer wants specifically a red wine. Quel vin rouge accompagne à meilleur le beefsteak? Which red wine goes best with beefsteak? In the third example, the customer asks what a particular dish means, and the waiter makes a recommendation when informing about the dish. Qu'est-ce que c'est un ossobuco? What is ossobuco? C'est du veau cuit avec des tomates et des herbes aromatiques. C'est très bon, je vous le recommande fortement. It's veal cooked in tomato and aromatic herbs. It's very good. I recommend it highly. So these were a few structures and phrases associated with taking and placing an order. In this exercise, there are 5 questions. We need to find the right equivalent of the phrase in English. To take an order. Je vous la recommande. Qu'est-ce que vous désirez prendre? Bien sûr. The right answer is B. To inquire about a dish. Pour moi, un plat de poivron farci au thon. Qu'est-ce que vous avez comme plat du jour? Qu'est-ce que c'est un ossobuco? The right answer is C. Adjective related to water. Gazeuse, saignante. The right answer is A. To take an order regarding the main course. Et que désirez-vous pour le dessert? Vous ne prenez pas une entrée? Et comme plat principal? The right answer is C. To ask for a suggestion or an advice. Et vous avez choisi le dessert? Qu'est-ce que vous nous conseillez? Voulez-vous quelque chose en attendant? The right answer is B. With this, we come to the end of our first lesson of Chapter 8. This lesson was divided into 3 sections. In the first section, I read out a text that takes place at a restaurant. In the second section, we examined the phrases and structures in detail. And finally, in the third section, we revised today's lesson by doing an exercise. I hope you enjoyed today's session. In the next lesson, we'll focus on the imperfect tense. I hope to see you in the next session. Thank you and à bientôt. See you soon.